Hello. So, some of you may have noticed that I've been doing some tests on live stream settings, and I think I've got them about right. So I was going to do the first one on Friday and then on Saturday. In fact, I think I was even going to do the first one on Thursday, but I wasn't exactly feeling too great, so I didn't bother. So I decided that I was going to do the first No Man's Sky stream sometime today, but then something happened. We had the 1.75 update for this game, the Visions update, and let's just say it's a bit of a mixed bag. The new stuff is a mixture of good and indifferent. But it has also introduced a hell of a lot of glitches. I have sent in bug reports for 4 of them. Multiple other people have sent in bug reports for various others that I have not encountered. And some are saying that old bugs have made a return. So in that regard, it's not doing too well. So anyway, we are in the base. As you may have deduced from the title of this video, I'll be showing you what the glitches are that I have encountered. You may notice that the doorway to my landing pad has disappeared. That's because I've moved it. I've got another section in the base now. We've just fallen through a transparent tube, and we are now in an actual underwater section. So now my landing pad is completely underwater, and any ships that land on it are completely submerged. You can see that some of the underwater like flora are appearing through the landing pad. I can remove them, but when I do, every time I leave the base through the teleporter and then come back, it's all showing up again. So there's really not much point, and it's not encroaching on it too bad. So but all this new underwater section is really just for show. So we go through here, we have the mini aquarium, which I think looks pretty good. I have another large refiner, and this thing keeps growing through. You can walk straight through it, so it's just irritating more than anything. If I remove that section of the walkway and then rebuild it, it will get rid of that. But like I say, when I leave the base through the teleporter and come back, it's reappeared again, so there's not really much point. Now this room doesn't have much in it. There's a little I don't know if that's a plant or what that's appearing through there, but that's all that appears. I'll come back to that ladder after I've shown the rest of it. And then here, you see again, well, there were some bits of plants which disappear as you walk towards them. Now this is one of the new collectibles that you can get from planet surfaces that was introduced in the 1.75 update, and I put it there to sort of hide this bit of the particular mineral that keeps appearing in the side of the base there. Doesn't really work. All it does is draw attention to it. So yeah, you know. And then that is that is the watertight door. Go through there and you get wet. And this is currently just a walkway. I will be putting buildings here eventually. I just don't know what yet. So you can see the underwater section is quite small. Also, yeah, you can see it here. I've put the Nautilon exocraft pad on top of that building. So now with this ladder, this would be another way in and out. As you can see, it goes to the underside of the floating platform that I've got out the back of the base. But no matter what I do, I just cannot get the stairs up to align properly. It either just will not align at all, or if I do manage to somehow get it aligned, it says it's an invalid position and all that. So at the moment I have this door here, and then you use the jetpack to come back up that way. Not a very satisfying way of doing it, but at the moment it's the only way I have. I'll sort that out eventually. There are far more pressing issues with the game at the moment. So let's head to the main area here. Now, a couple of times these holes have been filled in. That happened a lot at the old base. It's annoying, but you can sort of fix it. Now, the first of the big glitches with 1.75 comes with this bloke here. I won't select him just in case he starts another mission. But he gives you a mission to collect a particular plant, and depending on how many missions you've done, that determines what plant type you need to get. And when you come back, he will give you the blueprint to grow the nip plant, which he uses to make geknip. One problem: it comes up with a notification telling you that he's given you the blueprint, but when it says the requirements to make it, that's completely blank. And so I thought, right, I'll check the equipment and see if I can find what I need to build it here. No, it doesn't appear here at all. So although I have apparently unlocked it and I'm supposedly able to plant it, no, I haven't. It doesn't appear anywhere. So that's the first issue. The next issue, oh yes, I've turned this room into like my trophy room. So I have 7 of these are all unlocked with the quicksilver from the anomaly. Anyway, the next issue, we get to the main entrance area, where the entrance to the hangar. So let's go out to the hangar. The doorway's there. It opens and closes, but you cannot walk through it. It acts as if there is a solid wall there. Okay. Well, let's go around here. We can exit here. If I can get past my fucking ship that's partially obscuring it. No, it is not, because the ship's in the way. There we go. Right, so let's walk in then. No, you can't walk in either. Now, I have removed the pad and rebuilt it. I've also removed this particular structure along with everything inside it and rebuilt it all. Makes no difference. No matter what I do, this door is effectively not there. What a joke. That never happened before, at least not with me, until 1.75. Next one, you can see a few craters here where I've been blowing up Sentinel quads. Yes, the next issue, I've already scanned these in this system for obvious reasons. But say you go to a system, you're a bit of a completionist, you want to scan everything you can. So you come up to these, and even though I scan these, they're now showing as unknown. So you scan them, except they don't scan. And they remain as unknown. That happens on every planet, and I have long since lost count of the number of people who have reported that issue. What else? The portal. You remember in the last video how pissed off I was that I had to charge it, or I was having to charge it twice. I'd already done it, and then in that video I went back there and saw it needed doing again. I have now charged it 5 times, and if you go back there you need to charge it again. Atmosphere harvesters still don't work. Put the fuel in. When you leave the system and come back, it has taken your fuel but doesn't give you anything. So yes, there are quite a few small glitches. And then there is the big one. There's a new community event, week 8 of 8. So this particular one is going on for 2 weeks. And if I select it, so the community research, it's now, you progress through tiers. It's almost identical to Elite Dangerous this way, but this is how they've changed it. So we have 11 days, 1 hour, 13 minutes left, and all players, all of their results are combined together to get you through the various tiers. So we're that far through tier 1. We still have tier 2 and tier 3 to get, and the higher the tier, the more rewards you can get or buy with your Quicksilver from the anomaly. But as you can also see, there is still a limit to how much you can contribute. In this particular event, you have to scan plants, flora, and then you submit the data to Polo like you do with just about all the other events beforehand. Oh yeah, I've still got that one to do. Let's take a photo of a manufacturing facility. So anyway, as you have seen, I've reached the limit, and it will tell me launch into space to make contact with Polo. Now what I'm going to do is deselect that mission. It makes no difference, however. Once we take off, Polo will still contact me. There we go. Now I've got 2 options. I can either ignore this, in which case you get that annoying sound going on and on and on every time you're in your ship, or you can answer it. So let's answer it. This iteration of the synthesis bot has almost reached capacity. I think this will be the final batch of data it can accept in this universe. But have you noticed something there? The option to continue is greyed out. You cannot select it. You cannot right click to close the dialog box. You cannot press escape or pause. None of the keys on your keyboard do anything at all. Once you have reached this stage, the only thing you can do, actually you've got an option, two things you can do. You can either Alt F4 or you can Control Alt Delete and exit the game that way. They are the only things you can do. You cannot play the game anymore. So once you have reached, say, the stage where you have submitted all the data you can, you either have to stop playing until Hello Games finally get round to sorting this fuck up, or you ignore the message, fly around and have that irritating noise going off the entire time you are in whichever one of your starships you are in. I get the distinct impression that Hello Games hired the quality control department of Frontier Developments for this update, because how the fuck did this get through quality control? I mean, the players of this game, we've all been waiting for the week 8 event for so long. I think it was something like 3 weeks between week 7's community event and this one, and it's come along and this happens. And it's an absolute joke, as if the problem where, say, my landing pad door on my base now doing absolutely nothing and it's like it's a solid wall, as if that wasn't annoying enough. Now there's this, and it just takes the piss. So obviously I can't do the No Man's Sky live stream until this gets sorted out. I'm not going to start a new game, you know, a survival mode or a permadeath mode. I can't be bothered to play, like, you know, the various different game modes. I just want to stick with the normal. I just want to get through the normal mode. But I can't, because like every other player, once you get to this stage, that's it. You're stuck here. And like I say, Alt F4 or Control Alt Delete, they're the only ways you can get out of this. So that's 1.75. It's an elite dangerous level of fuck up as far as this update goes. I expected better from this lot. I guess, yeah, that sort of, yeah, that would teach me for thinking that, you know, maybe there are some modern developments, modern game developers who are, you know, capable of doing quality control and bug fixes and all that. So yeah, my No Man's Sky videos then are on a temporary hiatus until this gets sorted out, because I can't play the game until this gets sorted out, and I am seriously nonplussed. And before anybody suggests it, no, I won't do a live stream of Elite Dangerous tonight instead either, because I just can't be bothered to play that fucking game. You know, I don't want to do a live stream of Beta 4 because what's the point? I don't even want to, I can't be asked to even try beta 4, so no, I'm not going to be doing one of those. So yeah, we have to wait for this to get fixed before I'll be doing any of my live streaming. Obviously some would say that that's a bit of a silver lining. Anyway, that's this video done then, because I cannot do anything else. So now go away.